Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 10th episode of Seishun Buta Yarou wa Baniguro Senpai no Yume o Minai. And last episode, we had Mai and Norika, the half-sisters, switch bodies, which is always a very fun thing to do. It very much is. And it's just interesting because now your girlfriend's kind of split in half. Which do you spend time with, the mind half or the body half? I mean, for some of us, that may be a easier decision for others, but, you know, it's how it goes. And we ended off the episode with, I think it was Sakuta about to like open something secret compartment or something. I don't know. But let's see how that goes. 3, 2, 1, play. That okay. Why the name Maiko? Why? I guess she wasn't always blonde. So what is it? Yeah, it doesn't answer the question. What is in the box? Anyway, I made the comment about the name Maiko because I literally just finished watching an episode of another show that airing this season on this day with a character named Maiko. And this was an episode heavily focused on her, so it just a weird coincidence. But anyway. Yeah, I don't really have much to say during this segment this time. Really, we didn't even get any hints about what was in the box. All we really got from that segment is some of Norika's thoughts on her sister. But still, for a show called Bunny Girl Senpai, there's very little bunny girl in it. Watching idols, I can get behind that. Well, yes, of course. Make things easier. It's not very nice. Horror. I see we're watching a classic here. That would be pretty terrifying. uh, don't ask me. I don't understand what watching horror is supposed to help with. Yes, just be okay with being mediocre. That's some solid life advice right there. Uh, okay. Is this supposed to be a subtle invitation? So you want him to bathe with you? I get it. Oh, yes, he did. uh, I'll I'll get right on that. That entire bit there was great. What? What? What's up? Uh, did you put on a bunny suit and are trying to hide it? Or did you get stuck in the door? I promised nothing, now show me. Oh. School uniform. I think you look great. Well, she just came out of the closet, so it's to be expected. Yes, even though you don't go to school. It's great. Definitely worthy of a head pat. I'm not sure how those connect, but yes, I guess. I mean, the uniform itself is kind of okay. Like, Nodoka / Maya's uniform over there is better, in my opinion. I mean, skirt's a little bit too long, sure, but other than that, it's fine. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Oh. September 19th. This arc started on the 1st, right? Now we're back to this. Back to this. Okay, I guess it was fine. Good job, team. Now where's the after party? Wow. As long as you got it done, I guess we skipped past most of those. Well, yeah, you can't be someone else. I love you, Sakuta. Yeah, I think you should just be yourself, as, you know, cheesy as that sounds. Yeah, you answer my phone for me. I know, right? Cat knows what's up. Huh. uh, she could just talk to her own sister, you know? It wouldn't kill her. I mean, you should go, honestly. I'm sure that was fun. And she definitely looks older than her there. You definitely looked it. Sure, I was thinking cute, but that works too. Well, yes. My ticket. There we go. That's the main takeaway from all of this. The arc is done, guys. Let's switch back our normal bodies. I kind of wish I could see Nodoka, like, in her own body more. I feel kind of robbed of that, with this arc. That definitely sounds rough. Yes, that's probably why she's so clingy to you. Like a lot of those were negative. But yeah, usually all the above. Also, he doesn't hold grudges much in general, at least not that I've seen. What's with that shirt anyway, Saga? To just a little picture of a boat. Oh. This'll be awkward. Return her like she's a watch or something. Like, here's Nodoka back. No idea she's talking to your own daughter there. Hope a couple more days have passed. We're getting pretty close to my birthday now. Well, this is a little bit awkward. She's actually doing pretty well. Even though at first we just saw her head through the door. But she's making progress, that's what matters. I knew he would take it that way the second he said that. The best advice to give is never have kids. I bet. Well, that's not good. Oh, we passed my birthday, oh well. Yeah, we already established they're not super popular. Probably. And here we go, we actually get to see it. Quite like the outfit. There's Nodoka. You know, slash Mai. Now let's see how Mai does as an idol. And me without my glow stick. Yeah, probably not used to seeing the performances from that angle, right? Yeah, I definitely like the outfits. They're similar yet different. I would have liked to see more of it, but good job. Yeah, idols don't sweat. Don't be ridiculous. Oh, that's quite something. Oh, I didn't know that. That's good to know. I'll remember that. No, you already said it. I'm writing that down. Oh, it's some kind of strange juice, alright. That was some great little banter there. Here we go. Uh oh. Okay. I like this song already. I don't understand why they're not more popular. It seems great to me. I'm glad we're actually properly seeing it now. Because at first I was worried we may have skipped past it. Whew. Oh! Oh, nice catch. Wow, that was... Oh my god, that was impressive. I kind of want to watch that again. That was so smooth. Like, without missing a beat. Yeah, that was really good. She's amazing. That's a good word for it. Well, that's unfortunate. Zuki. She is probably the cutest one up there. Nodoka. There we go. Who could have seen that coming? uh, Man, Mai is just so good. I never would have suspected anything is off with any of that. As opposed to the 12 retakes with, you know, Nodoka and Mai's body. I think we've recruited a new fan. Good job, guys. Handshake? Or a high five? That's cute. I would prefer a handshake, but I'll take a high five. Man. Poor Nodoka. Yeah, sometimes. Like when watching Idols, for instance. This is not helping. This is not helping at all. I mean, just no comment. Beach episode, I'm okay with that. Don't do anything hasty, Nodoka. I just he's not gonna let you go and just he's pretty involved. That's not true, I like you. It's not a lie. Yeah, that's obviously a lie. I saw how you two met. It's the box, right? Something in the box, probably a picture of the two of them together. I wasn't swimming, I was trying to kill myself. That's very different. You know, because I was walking to do it. Of course, you can't say that part. I'm assuming it's a picture of the two of them together as children. If I had a venture, I guess. Oh, just letters? That's good too. Gotta put those letters somewhere. Obviously. That writing. That's children writing, definitely. I mean, half-sister is still a real sister. Does it not make you sisters? And here we go. A chance to actually talk. Yeah, that is pretty rude. But necessary in this case. Who are these people and why are they talking to me? Very different. I would appreciate getting those. I certainly never got a letter from like that from any of my siblings. There we go. Now just hug. It's not too late. That's not her fault, you know. How dare you? I hate how awesome you. Oh, he didn't do anything. Well, then slap her. Oh. Well, then slap her somewhere besides her face. Try spanking her, I don't know. Just don't hit him. He didn't do anything. You don't really have to compete, just do your best and have fun. Yes, she noticed. Well, she has reason to be uneasy about that. Yeah, it's not like she would talk to you about that. There we go. Finally the hug. Yes. And yeah, there she goes. And returns the hug finally. It's just so weird seeing all this from Mai's body, you know? No, you don't. That's what this entire arc was about. I guess if you really want to. Yeah, you can't become Mai. That's just not real. That actually kind of made me jump. There we go. Finally, we're back in our own body. That was very close to being a kiss there. I'm glad to see this. It was getting so confusing. Yes, that's the takeaway from this. Well, yeah. Well, yes. Reasoning. This is adolescent syndrome. What reasoning? Of course it is. Smarter than some humans, I'm sure. To avoid similarities with the last arc. Oh. That's definitely a possibility. Of course, still Nodoka doing the walk-in. You can clearly tell it's Mai because of her face. But yeah, I would say that was one of the best episodes of the show so far, in my opinion. What are we gonna walk in on? Oh, nothing too bad. Okay. Of course you did. Uh... Yeah, I'm gonna leave this. Okay. Yes, you should. Yeah, that's what this has been all about. The final goal. Because of the protagonist, I know. What is it? Is this something bad that's gonna set up the next episode? Oh. Well, at least the face was mosaicked. A Kaede quest. Okay, that was the 10th episode of Seishun Buta Yarou wa Baniguro Senpai no Yume o Minai. Interesting how, you know, next episode is going to get into Kaede stuff when the episode ended off, and plan we would get into some, you know, my stuff, but well, whatever. I guess we don't spend too much time on that subplot line. Anyway, this episode, obviously we finished off the My Sister arc, I guess you could call it. But yeah, just getting to see both of the girls continue to try to live the other person's life to varying degrees of success. Nodoka is, of course, not a great Mai, because being Mai is not very easy. Mai works very hard to be Mai, but she was able to get through her thing well enough, just 12 takes later, but still, at least she didn't, you know, pass out. That's definitely an improvement over the last time, so good job. And I like how it skipped over most of those takes, so it seemed like a success, you know, to the audience. I mean, and it was in the end, you know, got it done. And I think the more interesting thing with the episode, as far as roles go, would be Mai being Nodoka, because she has to be an idol. We got to see her watching, you know, the idol TV to, you know, to help get it down, because that's who Mai is. She works really hard to make sure she nails things. And I'd say she nailed that role really well. We actually went to go to their idol concert, you know, Love Bullet, and the audience was there with their glow sticks. You know, they did a little intro thing. At first, I was worried that they might have skipped past the actual performance, but I realized pretty quickly I was jumping to conclusions that we actually did get a full-on idol performance. But not before we got a little bit of, you know, little banter between our members. You know, probably scripted, semi-scripted, but, you know, it was fun nonetheless. Especially a couple lines in particular, just, you know, was it Zuki? I think, well, one of them said something about idols don't wear panties, which I don't think that's true, but that would be that's a nice thought, you know, either way. Because that stemmed from idols don't sweat, which I never heard that one before. You know, I've heard idols don't, you know, go to the bathroom. Sure, I've heard that. But the sweating one, I personally haven't heard that. But, and of course, idols don't have boyfriends. That's obviously another big one. Something that we kind of got into a little bit near the end of the episode. But yeah, the panties is a new one. And I like the line about, maybe we should start this before we say something, you know, that an idol can't come back from or whatever. Which, you know, now that I think about it, that could have been foreshadowing the My stuff later on. You know, possibly, considering this is kind of a pretty well-written show. I wouldn't be surprised by that, but anyway, then they actually got into the performance, which was great to see. I loved it. Of course, my favorite part was the part where Mai just catches the microphone from the girl that stumbled. That was great. Like, I really can't overstate how just impressed I was by that. I was just really, really blown away by that. Like, weirdly so. Just, that was so cool. That was the coolest thing Mai's done in this entire show. That little moment there, like, added an extra point in my book for that character. Just, that was really awesome. Just without missing a beat, you know, not panicking, not looking away, she just grabbed it and kept continuing. That was so cool. But yeah. Anyway, the idol performance went fine for the most part, you know, aside from that little hiccup there. And they had some little contest or something, you know, and they read the name, and Nodoka won that. A lot of hugging and stuff there, which was also really enjoyable to see. You know, just I was just really impressed overall with Mai's performance up there. She really nailed being Nodoka idol. Just, yeah, I don't think anyone would have suspected anything was off. It was just great. Just, she did a fantastic job all around. And of course, you know, this kind of backfired a little bit against Nodoka, because she's like, well, look at Mai, she can do my job fine. You know, the mother's happy. You know, just why am I even here? I'm gonna go to the beach and kill myself real quick. Is that okay, Sakata? Like, oh sure. Wait, what was the last part? No, you can't do that. You know, that was more or less what happened there. But yeah, he implied as much, but I don't think she was actually trying to kill herself there. I just think she was just being dramatic and was expecting him to stop her, of course. But you know, at least nothing too bad happened for that scene, aside from getting scolded about "Don't swim in the water, you kids! Don't do that." But yeah, eventually we were able to help work things out by the mysterious box from earlier in the episode. which I was wondering what was in the box. I had no idea. When they started talking about how it could help this situation, I thought maybe it was like a picture of the two of them. And then he would say, see, this is how much she cares about you. She treasures this picture of the two of you. Like, that's where I thought it would go initially, but not quite. Somewhat similar, but not quite. It was actually just a collection of letters that Nodoka had written for Mai, which she very much appreciated. Like, Nodoka may not have realized it, but those were the sort of things that helped her out a lot in the more stressful, difficult parts of her career. She has a wonderful little sister that cares about her and encourages her, and that definitely made a difference. Because Nodoka took it really seriously when Mai said she hated her, but that was obviously not the case. Mai just being tsundere, as she is. And when she realized that, we had our heartfelt moment of a lot of crying and hugging and stuff like that, which I really love that scene. Very, very emotional, heartfelt. The only part I didn't like was Mai slapping Sakuta, which I took issue with that because he literally does nothing wrong, works so hard to help mend the relationship, and what does he get? He gets a slap just because slapping Nodoka there would be a bit inconvenient. Of course, not that it mattered anyway, because they were going to switch bodies later on. But, if you wanted to worry about messing up her face, you would just hit her somewhere else, I suggested a spanking, personally, because that's just what I would suggest, but it doesn't have to be that. It could be anything else, Just don't slap somebody that doesn't deserve it. That I took issue with that, but that was my only real gripe with the whole episode, really. Aside from that, it was a great episode. See, yeah, then they switched bodies in that crucial moment because that's when things had been resolved. Nodoka no longer wanted to become Mai. Maybe Mai's supposed jealousy of her sister probably faded a bit there as well. Maybe. But the point is, they were able to switch bodies at the same time. Just that Futaba's explanation of the quantum teleportation and stuff, because she said, Nodoka became Mai because she wanted to become Mai, pretty straightforward there. And then it was like, okay, well, why did Mai become her? It's like, well, maybe she was a little bit jealous of her sister. And that's fine. However, what makes that a little bit weird is that implies it wasn't like a switch. It was just a conveniently timed dual transformation. Which I know those sound similar, but they're not exactly. And what that would mean is it would be very, very coincidental for them to both change at the same time. Because it looked like a switch, but if Futaba's explanation is to be believed, it wasn't really a switch, it just looked like one because of very convenient timing. So, I don't know, that super duper convenient timing there may have been a bit of an issue as well, if it is what Futaba said, and I understood that correctly, which is always up in the air, be with this complicated stuff in my simple brain. But, that's just my takeaway from it. But it was nice to finally see a little bit of the real Nodoka and actual Nodoka body near the end there, because that was also one of my biggest gripes with the arc in general, was just... We finally get introduced to Nodoka, who was a character I was looking forward to seeing in the show for a while, We see her in the opening looking really good, looking good in those shorts. And then when we finally get her, she's not really herself. Like, the very first moment we saw her, they had already switched bodies, so... I don't know, I was a little bit disappointed by that, so hopefully we do get more Nodoka going forward, get to see more of her, just in her actual body. That's something that I would like. Because it was just so weird seeing all this Nodoka character development and stuff while she was in Mai's body, so it just... As a result, it just all felt a little bit weird and off, really, but I don't know. Not that big of a deal, but just something that was always in the back of my mind for a lot of the important segments. Like, well, yeah, I get this is Nodoka's feelings, but it's coming out of Mai's body, so it always just... It had a weird filter on it. But, yeah, that really is about it, really. Just, I love the idol segment and the microphone bit, just like, I have to reiterate that. And also, the, I guess, the photo thing. Oh wait, no, there's also, I should probably talk about that. We also talked about Sakuta's relationship with his parents, the mother and father, and he actually got to sit down for dinner with his father, which, a little bit awkward, but not much to say on that aside from just, getting a little bit of fatherly advice, I guess, there. I don't know, I figured I had more to say on that than I do, but I really don't. Just, just interesting to get a bit of a glimpse in the relationship, I guess. But anyway, the big thing we ended off on was the fact that we have a picture of Mai and Sakuta together, in very much a boyfriend-girlfriend manner. So that's gonna be a problem going forward. I guess we'll see how they deal with that, if Sakuta will get some death threat and letters or whatever, what kind of hits Mai will have to her career. I guess we'll see what the aftermath is next episode. Although it seems like next episode we are going to start out to some Kaede stuff, which makes sense. This episode we did get to see her taking some steps to improve herself, put on her uniform, which, I mean, that was a cute scene too. Just nothing but her head coming out of the closet door. That was pretty great. But yeah, I'm looking forward to of Kaede, really stepping out, trying to go outside, go to school, work on getting out of her little funk. I don't know what you'd call it exactly, but you know, just I'm looking forward to that. Basically, is what I'm saying. But yeah, this is probably one of my favorite arcs of the show overall. I mean, I did like the Futaba stuff a decent amount, but and you know, the Tomoe stuff was good too. But I think I would say this was my favorite. You know, it involved the character Mai that we already know pretty well, we're already pretty attached to, as well as Nodoka, who was obviously a character that was directly related to Mai. So there was just there's a lot of feelings just automatically going into it, you know, before they started to work on the character development stuff. But yeah, I'd say this is probably my favorite arc of the show so far. But yeah, I think I've talked already way too much on this episode, so I'll end it off here. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.